Hello. So I just had quite the adventure and I thought it might be worth doing a little post on it because if anyone else is ever in this situation, it would be nice if my experience might be able to help them. So basically I'm in Buenos Aires and I have come down with the worst throat/ear infection I've ever had. I spent all night just lying, waiting for it to end. So I'm on my own here in Buenos Aires. I've never done this before. I've never been to a foreign hospital by myself. So having now experienced it, this would be my guide. Before you leave the house, 3 key things. Don't forget your passport. Check your travel insurance. In my insurance, if anything is going to cost over £500, I have to call them first to make sure that they're going to cover it and everything. So that was good to know before I got there. And the third thing, I translated every single symptom on Google Translate and I wrote myself a script to talk to the doctor. And also anticipate the questions they're going to ask, like how long have you been ill? Are you allergic to anything? Because trust me, when you get there and you've been searching around and you're lost and confused and ill, it's very overwhelming, so it's nice to have it written down. So then the next thing is locating the hospital. I'm a member of a group on Facebook called Buenos Aires Expat Hub, and it was the perfect place to look because it's all English-speaking expats living in the city and it's an inevitable conversation topic. So I went onto the Facebook group and I just searched doctor, and a load of different recommendations came up and I just read through all the comments and what people were saying and I picked one that seemed like everyone had good things to say. Then it comes to actually getting in front of a doctor. I don't have a phone, my phone got stolen. That's another story. So I don't actually know where I'm going and I walk into this building, it doesn't feel quite right. I go over to this lady and I was like, is this the hospital? And she wanted to help, she was very lovely, and she just launched into this huge monologue. No, this isn't the hospital, you need to cross the road, go left, go down the street, you'll find it when you get to the hospital, you might be on the first floor, you might be on the second floor, depends what you've got, blah, blah, blah. And it just went on and on and on, and it was like, I didn't understand anything. So, this is the approach. When you are in a foreign country, and you don't really have a grasp on the language, and you are ill, break down the help into sections. Right, I'm not in the hospital. Cross the street, down the road, there's the hospital. And then I just forgot everything else she said. Then I go to the information desk. Hi, I have a throat infection. And they were like, oh, if you have a throat infection, the throat place is up here, but you know, stop, the throat place is up there. Go to the throat place. Hi, I have a throat infection, I need to get help. They're like, oh, okay, well you need to go here and get signed in so you can get it. Anyway, there's like a million different steps, but the point I'm trying to make is to each person you ask, have an objective for like the immediate next step you need. Break down every part of the journey until you get in front of a doctor. And it's not the most efficient way, and it's kind of insulting to all those lovely people that were helping me, but it's incredibly difficult to keep up with the Spanish, and it just gets really overwhelming. And it worked. It worked. That's the thing. So I did lots of doctory things and asked lots of questions that I'd already anticipated because of step 1, and the whole thing culminated in a very painful injection in my bum and a week's worth of antibiotics. Oh, and then, okay, so then one more piece of advice. After all of this is over, then treat yourself to a Starbucks. Because you've just had enough foreign for one day. Sorry if this post is really weird. I feel like the injection in my bum was probably quite strong pain meds, because I feel great, but that's not conducive to a sensible or coherent video blog. So in summary, bring your passport, understand your travel insurance, Google Translate the shit out of your symptoms, break the help down into stages, and embrace globalization. And you'll be fine. Well, I'm fine. You might not be fine.